Hi everyone, it's James here. Welcome to another video. So the first Vinyl Finds video of 2022. Got a few nice things to show you, including a couple of gifts. So the first two records both came all the way from Budapest, from my good friend John Heaton. Sure people will be aware of John here on YouTube. And he sent me a couple of really nice things. This one he'd been threatening to send me for a long time, and he finally did. This is an Indian pressing of Band on the Run. Very unusual because it comes on the Apple label. Obviously, Band on the Run has quite a famous label on the record with passport photos of McCartney and Linda and Denny Lane. The Indian version does not. It comes on the green apple, so that was a nice touch. So yeah, really nice. I do have several copies of that record already, but it's always nice to add another one to the collection, and obviously it being an Indian version, it's quite exciting, and also it's come from Budapest as well, so a double whammy there. Now this next one John sent me, I think he picked up a couple of copies of it in a record shop in Budapest, I think maybe, and I'd mentioned to him that I'd never really listened to this artist beyond one particular song, so John was kind enough to send me a copy of Excitable Boy by Warren Zevon. Zevon. So this is, I think this is his third album. It came out in 1978. Cult singer-songwriter from LA. This is the record where he crossed over, not exactly into the mainstream, but he became a much better known name thanks to the song Werewolves of London. Now that song gets played on Radio 2 here in the UK all the time, and it's a song I've never been very fond of because of that, really. But this record is really, really good. It's right up my street. Some pretty risque, you know, on the edge kind of lyrics. The words to Excitable Boy are quite unbelievable. When you first play the song, you think, oh, this is quite a happy kind of upbeat song, and then you listen to the words and they're just unbelievably dark. So yeah, just a nice, a not very nice singer-songwriter album. Some great guest artists on here. Linda Ronstadt, who I think she performed his music, and that's one of the reasons why he ended up getting more of a profile. I'm not sure the exact history there, but I know she was instrumental in that somehow. Woody Watchell on guitar, Jeff Porcaro on drums, produced by Jackson Browne and Woody Watchell. Just a really, really good dark singer-songwriter album. And it comes on luminous vinyl. So there you go, superb. Thanks very much appreciated, and definitely an artist that I've been meaning to check out for a long time, and I'll have to now seek out his other records. Good stuff. Alright, so what's left is just a couple of cheap and cheerful charity shop finds, followed by 3 new records. Actually, I've been buying some new stuff. So this first charity shop find was from Bernardo's, and it was in a box of utter rubbish. I picked it up because I'd never heard any records by George Benson. I'm aware of his history. Obviously he's got a deep jazz background, played with Miles Davis, then he went into more of a kind of soul, jazz, pop, vocalist kind of territory. This record I think came from 1980, and it's produced by Quincy Jones, so I thought it would be worth checking it out. Came out on Quincy Jones's label, distributed by Warner's, but it was definitely a Quincy production, top to bottom. Really nice, really jazzy, soulful, smooth, wonderful guitar playing, and his vocals are really good. I would put a wager on, you know, the British band Level 42. I reckon they basically modelled their entire career on the sound of this record. Just really sounds like them. But arguably with a greater touch of authenticity. But yeah, I picked this up for, I think it was a couple of quid from Bernardo's, my first record by George, so that was a good one to find. And I think I bought this one on the same day, third album from the Bangles. So the Bangles are a group who completely passed me by in the 80s. Last year, I think I probably picked up their two first albums, got those now. This is the third album, the one that's got Eternal Flame on it. See the hype sticker still there. In Your Room as well, which was a single I believe. And the Bangles music is just really enjoyable, always slips down easily. Good songwriters, Their records are always well arranged, well produced, just very kind of, it's slick 80s pop, but it's slick with a heart. It's not soulless, slick 80s pop. And this came with a poster actually, which is quite good fun. Can I get it all in the shot? That remains to be seen. There they are. There are the Bangles. So, memories of a happier time, I would say. Just the music, the sound, the vibe, the songwriting, everything about it just screams out top drawer 80s pop music. So that was wonderful to get hold of on Red CBS. Dead cheap again. Paid next to nought for it, as they say in Yorkshire. Right, so yeah, actually this next one was not, okay, is a new record, but it was not purchased online. I bought it from Heightside Records, my local market traders. They had it in their little silver box of new stuff, and I kind of, it's a record I've got on CD already, so that's one way in which I broke my own rule here, but I couldn't resist this because it was such beautiful condition. I think it's a repress, Blue Note 4163, but it's this record. Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch. This has been shown a fair bit on the vinyl community in recent times. I know George Scott Spinner One has shown it, Rob Ison has shown it, I'm pretty sure. So Eric Dolphy, obviously from the kind of free jazz school, plays alto sax, flute and bass clarinet on this. You've got Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Bobby Hutcherson on vibes, Richard Davis on bass, and the great Tony Williams on drums. What year did it come from? Is that going to escape me? 1964. And it's called Out to Lunch. It's pretty free, it's got to be said. I was playing it a few nights ago and my partner came in from work and I had to turn it off immediately. So that gives you kind of some sense of the kind of music that it is. But I enjoy it. I've got no problem with free jazz. I bought an Albert Ayler record last year and this is definitely not as difficult as that. So on Blue Note. I think free jazz is a bit like modern art really. You sort of have to go with it. I don't necessarily always understand it, but and also I'd say I've got to be in the mood for it. That's the other thing. Free jazz can be very irritating if you're not kind of quite in the mood. Anyway, for £10 I thought I would pick it up because it's always nice to get Blue Note records, particularly classic ones. Right, next one was a Christmas gift, bought for myself really. Supergrass, In It For The Money, their second record, second album. This would have come out in about 94, 95, something like that. Really takes me back in time, this, to my post-student days when I used to... They were always on VH1 and MTV. You know, the video for, it would have been Late in the Day, Richard III, and Sun Hits the Sky. It was them just going into total pop overdrive, you know, really amazing panoramic production, just great hooks. They had the image, they had the music, they were young, they were good looking, they were just, well, they were sort of good looking. And yeah, Supergrass were just fantastic really. It's a double album, however it's not a gatefold, so that's quite annoying. Comes with these quite nice custom labels, so yeah, nice to get. Bought it for myself. Best kind of gift sometimes, isn't it? Supergrass. In It For The Money. And the last one is the most recent purchase. I picked this up maybe a couple of weeks ago because I thought I had all the Smiths records and it turned out I didn't. I was missing one. And the one I was missing was this one. Louder Than Bombs, which was, I think it was a US compilation which gathered together various singles and B-sides. So I wanted this for the collection because I've been listening to quite a lot of Smiths recently with a view to doing a video on them. Been enjoying them a lot, and like I said, this is the one that I didn't have. I thought I had them all. So really nice, really nice reissue. Very, very quiet, good sound, and a really great selection of tracks as well. Some real Smiths classics on this. You've got Ask, and William, It Was Really Nothing, Shoplifters of the World Unite. Just a great track list, and with that my Smiths collection I think is complete. I know there are a couple of other compilations that they brought out. I'll have to double check to make sure there are not tracks on there which I don't have on Hatful of Hollow and this, but hopefully not. So that's it, that's me updated. So thanks for watching. leave some comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.